Hey everyone, this is Ken, and today we're going to be doing a tutorial on a life counter system. Basically what that means is every time you die, guys, is going to be counted on this display chart right in front of us. And the cool thing is you can really use this for whatever you want. Hunger Games, survival islands. I mean, you can use this for literally anything as far as multiplayer or whatever you wanted to use it for. But the whole purpose of this is that every time you die, is actually displayed right in front of you, so you keep a count of how many times you die in the game. Now, as you can see, guys, we already died one time. Now, the thing is, with this bed being there, that means that every time you pass away, as you can see, when we're our second count, we're going to respawn back at that location, that little room right there. Let me show you. I'm going to jump right in here, I'm going to kill myself, and bam, I'm going to respawn back at the bed. Look at that. Which is fantastic, because you can use this for so many things, guys. And the thing is, the redstone behind this is simple. It really doesn't take too much, and it really doesn't make that much noise at all, which is a great thing. Now, like I said, guys, you could use this for sky survival worlds. I mean, there's so many ways you could really use this. I thought it'd be a really cool, fun thing to try out. Now, a few things happens once you hit the end of, I guess, the amount of times you want to die. That bed is going to disappear. Now, once we get out, all the lights are going to go on and turn off immediately. But at the same time, the bed is broken and put back in that hopper within the system. Now, check this out. Once I die, I'm not going to spawn there. I'm going to spawn back at my original destination point. Look at this. I'm literally in the middle of Lost and Found, which is cool. It's a really cool way to really set this up and kind of see how everything goes. Now, how do you get back in that room to reset the system? Now, it's quite simple. All you have to do is put your torch key there. The door will open automatically, and the second you go on top of that pressure plate, the bed is shot right back to you, and you can put it right back there, and you're good to go. So if you guys want to play this again or do this, one more time, whatever the case, I guess reset, it is that simple. Look at that. It's fantastic. Now, the redstone, like I was saying earlier, is really not too complicated. I mean, I try to condense this as much as possible. And the cool thing is, you can literally make the display unit any size you want, which is fantastic. Now, the maximum for this design is 15. Now, say you want to just reset the system, even though there's some lights on the board. Just want to start over, whatever the case is. There's also a manual reset button which you click right there, and once you go to the front of it, you're back to square one. Look at that, it's amazing. Now, this is going to be the base materials you're going to need. You will be needing a block of your choice, a half slab. Now, I'm using an iron door, but you could use any door you want. It's your choice. You're going to need hoppers, droppers, redstone lamps, 2 sticky pistons. You're also going to need a button, redstone dust, redstone torch, repeaters, comparators. Now, you will be needing snowballs, but if you want to, you can use dirt, but I'll explain a little more in depth why. And 1 bed. Now, we'll be putting a list in the description of exactly how much you need. Now, feel free to pause the video at this point and have this set up before you even start the build. It's very important to have this set up. Now, at this point, guys, like I always say, we're going to start the framework. Now, we're going to place a block there and 1 block right there, like so. And it's going to be a 2x2 blocks like so with a gap in between, you see? Now, we're going to do the 15 display panel, and you're going to add 5 blocks of green, 5 blocks of yellow, and 5 blocks of red. Then 2 blocks right there and 1 in that corner. Now, bear in mind, guys, you can really make this any kind of style you want to do it, but I'm going to show you exactly what I did for this specific build. Now, make sure you add the redstone lamps right on top in the center. Add 2 more rows right there, and from this point, we're going to extend that in a straight line from one end down to the other. And 2 more right there. Now, you're going to add 1 more from that point and add some stairs upside down, and of course extend that all the way to the other side. And from this point, you're going to add some blocks right across on top to give this nice trimming framework. See? Not too shabby. Like I say, guys, if you want to tweak it, feel free. I mean, it's your personal style to add to it, you know? Awesome. Now we're going to go right inside here, okay? We're going to delete these few blocks because that's going to be the floor. So you're going to delete 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's cover that up like so. And 2 more like the... And delete that as well. And you should have this 4x2 spacing. Because that's going to be the room itself. Sorry if I'm a little tongue-tied. It's a little early today. Now we're going to add a dropper there with 2 hoppers. And you're going to add a pressure plate on top of the dropper. See? Just crouch and just place it right on top. And at this point, I want you to add some blocks right around it. And on the sides as well. Just leave a gap right there in the middle where the hoppers are at. Now I'll explain why. Now right there, 1 block forward, you're going to place a sticky piston and the block of the wall right there. And at this point, you just want to bring the wall up and just kind of cover everything up to make this nice, kind of comfortable room. Then you're going to crouch and place your bed right on top of the hoppers just to make it discreet. Add a button right there. And you're going to add your door of choice right there. See? Now we're going to start off by having the locking mechanism set up to open the door manually when you want to reset and kind of fix everything up. Now you're going to place a sticky piston right there. Underneath that little spot right there, because once you add a redstone torch there, it kind of butt switches the block itself, you see? Then add a block in front of it, delete that, add a torch right there. Then you're going to add 2 blocks right there like so with some redstone dust on top of it. Now you're going to add a half slab right there. You're going to add 3 more to create this kind of stair pattern. And you're going to add some redstone dust on top of each one and 3 right across. So once you activate that, you can see how it powers everything and it opens the door itself. And the great thing is it makes it really discreet, so no one really knows that until, you kind of point that out. Now you're going to add 4 pieces of redstone dust and 1 more on the side. And you're going to add 4 blocks right across and 4 more in front of it. Then you're going to place a dropper right there and a hopper going towards it. Now at this point, you're going to place a comparator right there. You're going to turn it on. A comparator right in front of it, but you're going to leave it off in that off position. Some redstone dust, a comparator on the side of it, and you're going to make sure that one's on. Then a comparator right in front of that, and you're going to make sure that's also off. Place some redstone dust there. And you're going to place a comparator right there. I want you to get your block right there and place 1 in front of it like so, creating this kind of framework. Then you're going to place a comparator to continue the signal right there, and then of course place a block there and right across behind each redstone lamp. Then you're going to add a straight line of redstone dust. Then over here, when you add a block there and 1 on top of it, and inside you're going to add a comparator going forward so that it activates the redstone dust underneath. And that redstone dust is going to power that block. And we'll get to that in a bit. But before we get there, I want you to add a repeater right there and 1 on the side of it. Then we're going to place a block right there and 1 in front of it. And I want you to add a straight line of redstone dust from this point. Then you're going to place a block on the side of that so that it can activate the piston. Then you're going to place a block on top of that comparator and a redstone torch on the side of it. Now that's going to be the reset button right there. So if you guys want to manually reset this whole entire system, you just activate that. Now, like I was saying earlier, guys, we're going to place our repeater right there so that it gets powered. And that repeater is going to, of course, manually reset the entire system once it gets to the max part of it, which is that block. And at the same time, activate the piston to destroy the bed as well. So two things really happen. Now about this dropper. Now, like I was saying earlier, you could use about 9 stacks of dirt if you want to. But to me, that takes a lot. It's a lot of stacks of dirt for the system. But it's cool. You could also do that. I mean, it's completely optional. But another option is you could actually use the snowballs and just place it inside, because it doesn't require a stack. I mean, as you can see, they go off on 16 by 16, 16, 16, which is perfect. It's a lot less and it's a lot easier to get. Now, if you guys, like I was saying earlier, you can make this any size you want as far as the display unit. All you have to do is make sure that that last block with the redstone dust emits a signal going outwards. And that signal, for whatever reason, has to hit this block over here. Okay? Because it's all based on signal strength. From this point, it's going to increase slowly and surely. So make sure that last block activates this block right here, because that's going to reset everything. Perfect. Now, once you've done that, guys, you're good to go. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching. If you could please leave a comment and subscribe. Thank you.